Okay, guys. So I taught this the other day in an 8-hour continuing education class, which spurred me on to wanting to do the video for you guys. And then I got a email from Christine about this, and a comment from one of the agents. And so I want to go over this. This is a mandatory document from BrightMLS. Not my first choice, not my I have nothing to do with this except to tell you that we're supposed to have it done. It has to be done according to Bright MLS rules. And Bright has said the reason for this is because to make Bright, or their realtor affiliated MLS, compliant with the settlement. So is all this from the Department of Redundancy department? Absolutely. Can it also be confusing? Absolutely, because I was so confused about it, I ended up calling Bright MLS and talking to a very nice woman by the name of Valerie, who, after she went through it, I asked her a couple of questions. There was a little bit of silence, like, well, yeah, you're right. And I said, well, so this is how do I deal with this? So that's what I want to go over. So this is the document that is a disclosure for sellers and landlords about the listing. Now we need to have our sellers and or landlords initial this, and it's a little confusing. So if you go through, it talks about impartial cooperation, open and transparent access, and it talks about all that. It talks about what do I need to know about broker's fees. We go through all that. And then it talks about subscribers must work impartially. And then a buyer tenant may ask to have the purchase, to have commissions, etc. But then we get down to the really crazy crap. So then it says we're supposed to have our client's initial to acknowledge understanding above. And they do. They're supposed to acknowledge right here. Okay, so we have to have our sellers and our landlords initial that they understand the paragraph above. This is where it starts to get confusing. So it says, as a seller landlord, how will my broker use Bright to market the home? So it says, when will your broker allow potential buyers, renters to learn about the property? And it says subscribers must submit information to Bright about every property with an exclusive listing within 2 days of allowing potential buyers to learn about the property. So right here, this is the date that it either goes coming soon or active. Okay, coming soon or active. So that's that part. Now it says, and again, if you look at this, it says, how will your broker use Bright? Initial one applicable option. Liar, liar, their pants are on fire. And this is the reason why. So if you look at 2A, it describes what an active listing is, but it doesn't tell you or tell our sellers or landlords that this is what an active listing means. It means such and such, all in that paragraph. And what it also includes is the fact that the property is then, that listing is syndicated to the effect of like Zillow, Trulia, Realtor.com, etc. It says, hey, I give permission for my client, for my broker to list it on Bright MLS and also to syndicate it to other websites. Great. Nothing unusual. That's in our listing agreement. The next, it says, use Bright to share my home information with real estate professionals on Bright MLS only. What this is saying is that our sellers or landlords are telling us, hey, it only goes in Bright. I don't want it syndicated. I don't want it to go anyplace else. Now, guys, I know you're saying to yourself, that's in our listing agreement. Why do we have to do this? Because Bright MLS and our listing are two different things. And under the settlement, the MLSs have the sellers acknowledge this. So within our role as a realtor, we do it through the listing agreement. And then because Bright is required to do the same information, that is why they were having us do it this way, because they're two separate things. I liken it to the fact that when you do code of ethics, The DPOR says we have to have 3 hours of code of ethics. Doesn't say realtor code of ethics. It says code of ethics. NAR says we have to have every 3 years realtor code of ethics. So it's meeting two different requirements. Well, since there's no commonality between BrightMLS docs and our NVAR docs, that's why it has to be a separate document. Crazy? Yes. Repetitive? Without a doubt. Necessary? Not anything we can do anything about. Again, so 2A says this is what active is, and it includes going on BrightMLS, and it also includes syndicated. 2B says this is what active is, and by the way, neither one mentions the term active. This is what active is, but broker, I only want you to advertise it on BrightMLS. So you get to, so then there's also 2D. I did skip C, but there's a reason. 2D that says, I do not want my home on the open market. Restrict marketing only to my broker's network. That's 2D. So you have active going out to BrightMLS and syndicated. You have active going only to Bright. And then 2D says, hey, I wanted an office exclusive. So you go, wait a minute, what about 2C? Well, remember, the document says initial only one. So the other day I called BrightMLS compliance and I said, hey, what's the story here? And they said, well, you're supposed to only do one. I said, well, wait a minute. I said 2C says my home is ready for marketing, but will be ready for showings on, and then that's this date for showings. So it's coming soon, and then the date there is when it's going active. Okay, so we'll be ready for showings on that date. The property will be coming soon and Bright until ready for home showings, for home tour showings and open houses, and then active once any of those begin. So, well, wait a minute. What if I wanted to go coming soon and then active? If it's just going to go active right away, yeah, I can see 2A or 2B. But what if I wanted to do coming soon? So now it doesn't describe what active is. This is where Valerie said, oh no, you're supposed to they're supposed to choose either 2A, 2B, or 2D. And if it's going to be 2A or 2B, if you look at it, it says you and your broker still manage access to the home use option 2C for tours, showings, open houses are not yet available. I said, but the directions say only have them choose one option. She said, yeah, I know, but they're supposed to choose 2A or 2B or 2D. And if they choose 2A or 2B, they have to should do 2C if they want coming soon. That being said, here's the direction. Have our sellers and our landlords initial after they read and understand, and you understand it too, the top portion, okay? So once they read and understand and you discuss it with them, you have to have them initial here that they read and understand above. Then you discuss with them when they want it on the market, as far as people knowing about the property, so coming soon or active. And if it's going to be active and not coming soon, and everybody wants it to basically be syndicated, you check there. If our clients don't want it syndicated, but they want it on the BrightMLS, they check here. And if they want it to go active, but they want it to do coming soon, they have to initial there. So essentially, our clients are not going to initial one block. They're probably going to initial two. They're definitely going to initial two if they want it coming soon. Okay, that's it, guys. I understand the frustration. I understand all of that. I apologize that this is going on and that you're frustrated and I'm frustrated and this isn't clear. By the way, my suggestion to Valerie was it should be 2A, 2B, and 2D should be actually 2C. And if 2A or 2B are selected, then there should be a third, which is the current 2C. We'll see how that all works out. All right. Thanks. Hope this was not clear as mud, but this helps you. But again, not my choice. This is protection for BrightMLS because of the requirement from the settlement that they disclose this. So we have our disclosure in our listing agreement and their disclosure. All right. Thanks.